Yeah.
Chosen one, born to shine. I can't stop, one more try. I know that it's my time.
The past be the past, I'm on a new level.
No regrets, born to shine. I can't stop, one more try. I know that I'll be fine.
Yeah.
And you know that
chill. Right on my side is my ego becomes a funky child with some words on my tongue. Be like in, take a breath, and my mouth gets loose. So while I scatter my spit, I dream of juice. How you rebel out the dark hallways. This place like this, I made the day. I say, play the track from your record collection. It's your mix, congratulations.
Change a lot of names, some. Know that we have always been down. If I ever didn't thank you, then just let me do it now.
Come back in. I bet you right up when we start the show. Follow me now. Very close because I told you so. You know, we love because we love the place. Yeah, we be freaky and we wanna stay.
Change a lot of names, some. Know that we have always been down. If I ever didn't thank you, then just let me do it now.
Lightning strike, so we be in that violent force of life. Guaranteed to turn it as a better goal of mine. Because we don't get changed like a chameleon. And the channel, whenever the rap show the world is on. You know we dazzle like get all our human battles. Rattle down your head for redeem. I call the bottles, fall in love with your teachers on the rock for your self-made. Check, test, be free of Devon and LA.
Change a lot of names, some. Know that we have always been down. If I ever didn't thank you, then just let me do it now. Keep my feet on the ground, keep my head in the clouds. Electrified by the sound, it comes from the down. And we change a lot of names, some. Know that we have always been down. If I ever didn't thank you, then just let me do it now.
Something takes a part of me. Something lost and never seen. Every time I start to believe, something taken from me. Life's gotta always be messing with me. Can't it chill and let me be free? Can't I take away all this pain?
saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Caesars Superdome here in New Orleans. Today, Week 12 of the NFL season is upon us, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the New Orleans Saints. Is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Penix to the air right away. They'll get this into the hands of Hodge. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense.
With a start here to the ball game, you get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. This defense for the Saints very strong in that victory a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on the tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
When you look at this Saints defense, they're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And when you see a ranking like number 4 in the league against the pass, that's a testament to both their defensive coordinator and the general manager that crafted this unit, and now they're out executing.
And looking to throw, Penix. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackmon. And the Saints will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Looking to put a drive together. Off the play fake, Shuck. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll slide to a hole here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4. On play action, Shuck. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The 2nd-round pick leading this offense well. It'll be a first down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
That's That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Saints take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Right on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Julian Blackman. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll throw. Here's Shuck. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. You talk about this Falcon defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early. That's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a first down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
To throw is Shuck. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. It's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
I thought once he got out of the pocket, he was looking further downfield. Instead, he brings his sight lines back to a shorter route, settles on his receiver running the drag left to right, and they wind up not getting a whole lot out of that one.
Toss wide side. This is Kamara. Muscles him off. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as he's inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara leading double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0.
14. Falcons, nothing.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Penix working out of the gun here. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it with a third down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll go play action here with Penix. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
This one now in their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
Brandon, 4th and 1 on their own side of the 50, and they decide to go for it as a former defender. I take that personally. I can't believe they let them pick that up. They should have swarmed the line of scrimmage and stuffed that one.
Not surprised, though, because they told us about the supreme confidence they had in the O-line, and they were able to get that yard. Yeah, you only get a 1 yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out. They'll throw with Penix. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down.
It's second down.
Here's Penix. And for the third time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral him down near the 11-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Set. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll pound it up the middle with Camara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. The extra point splits the uprights. And it's now 21-0. Ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking to throw, Penix. Work in the middle of the field. He's got him incomplete. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Nice little juke. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now 2nd and 5. To throw again is Penix. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
And there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now Penix. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Saints are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, CD, you know, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, why we look at the defense? They came in prepared. Has an excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn. They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Panther 60, Panther 60, 19 Lion. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Here's Shuck. He's going to go up top again. This is caught inside the 15. end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Trey Palmer, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints are able to add on to their first half lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 28-0.
28. Falcons, nothing.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To the air, Penix. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down. A play fake. Now Penix. And the Saints pressure gets it. Brought down for a sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about it's
caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Chris Olave, 69 yards. And the Saints open the lead up to 34-0. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now.
Falcons, nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. They definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need it right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp. And at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, it hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
And that's a play to applaud because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
On third down, Penix from the gun. And oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Justin Reed. And his guys have got it back in the closing stages of the first half. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Juwan Johnson as the first half is winding down. And the Saints would extend their lead here just before halftime.
The kick is good.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 42-0. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Falcons take over first and 10.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. This ball down the field for Pitts. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. On play action, Shock. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. A gain of 32 that time.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
Let's give a little credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
On the ground, Kamara. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That is incomplete.
He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They start on the ground with Robinson here. Fights forward for only about a yard after the 21.
Continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And that's knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that's also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
When trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 10. This one taken in by Olave. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Kamara trying the right side. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Open man downfield is Johnson. And he's out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
Cougar 19, Buffalo 18.
Off the fake, now Sharp's going to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Tyler Sharp, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Saints just continue to roll. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Falcons, nothing.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all the coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball.
And now here is another interception. interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. He's on his way. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions, rush coming, and he's taken down. James Pierce, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
32-yard line.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Shuck. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
First down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
The 10th carry for Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
36. Falcons, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And he's going to be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk.
And got his man complete. He's to the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Touchdown. And the Saints continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
35-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They work now on 2nd and 9.
At the 36-yard line.
A first carry for Tyler Algier. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
3rd down, here's Algier. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And the Saints will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come after this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. 4th down now after a loss of 2. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On the counter, here's Algier. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
That's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll run for it with Algier. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. And he'll be tackled inside his own 15. The decision to bring it out cost him some yardage. And good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Call with a gain of 6 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Play action now. Shuck. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And it will be Falcon football.
At their own 38-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Now Cade York for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
63, Falcons 7.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now they've given up that type of field position, the advantage switches to their opponent.
56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Now a 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2.
Again, it's Kamara. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. To throw now, Shuck. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
And that is incomplete on the coverage. A little too good there. And it's 2nd down. Charles, they're still airing it out at this point despite that huge lead. And some people may be saying, well, why are they throwing the football? These guys, I guess, are just padding their stats at this point.
Yeah, there are a lot of big grins, I think, from people in their families, from themselves. You're exactly right. Pad the stats when you get an opportunity. It'll certainly help you come contract time.
A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the first quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had a bye last week. Defensively did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for New Orleans, they move back over 500 now at 6-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, their luck may have run out as they fall to 4-7 now in the year. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.